Half your baking things live in the oven. Is that too noisy? Are you filming? So, if you're anything like me, maybe I need to put on a pair of shoes instead of slopping around slippers. Good morning, it's Camille again. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody that pressed like and share on YouTube. It was really exciting for me to see so many people respond, and thank you very much for that. Today we're going to do a little bit of Easter, and first of all I just want to make sure that everybody's coping with this isolation business, that we're all staying home and doing the right things. And you wonder why I'm a bit dressed up today. Well, it was garbage bin day and I couldn't decide what to wear to take the garbage bins out, so this was the final decision. I had to dress up because I haven't been out of the gates for so long. It was nice to dress up. So today we're going to make marshmallow, and we're going to put them into little rabbits, little rabbit, what do you call them?
Moulds.
Thank you, little rabbit moulds. I had several, but I seem to be down to 2, which is fine. And we'll just make some marshmallow and pop them in and pop them on a plate, and it makes it look nice. Some people like marshmallow, some people don't. I happen to love it, so I'm happy to make it every Easter. And they look really pretty on the Easter table, so we'll sort that one out today. So, starting with, it's very simple. Marshmallow is an incredibly simple thing to make, even though you think it's difficult. It's not. It doesn't take too many ingredients, and you make a lot for what you put into a couple of cups of sugar. So today we need to organise the glucose, the gelatin first. So we need to have half a cup, glasses on, half a cup of water, sorry. So just into a separate bowl, put in half a cup of water, and into that water we put in 6 tablespoons of gelatin. So you can buy it in powder form like this, or you can buy it in sachets. So the sachets have about 2 teaspoons in, and so I need to have 6 teaspoons because I'd use 3 sachets. So just sprinkle that in. Oh yes, if you don't have a mould, that's okay. Some people have a jelly mould or something. You can just add lid to it. I think you could probably even just oil some little muffin tin trays or some muffin tins, or anything that you've got that's small or large that you want it to look pretty on the table. And you can tip them out and put a little flour on top, or get the children to do, or if you've got children, get them to make it really pretty, because they'd love to fiddle around with marshmallow and lick their fingers and pinch little bits. But that's alright because they're children, they're allowed to do that. So we'll just leave that there to absorb the water, and that will be our thickening agent. We add 2 cups of sugar. So here's the sugar. So all you need really is some glucose syrup, some table salt, your gelatin and sugar, and I often add a little bit of vanilla just for a little kick of a taste. So into, oh, look at that. Here we go. I don't want sugar, I don't want water in my sugar bowl because it'll make a terrible mess. Into your saucepan you add 2 cups of sugar, just like that, and pour it into there, and with that you add half a cup of corn syrup, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a cup of water. Now I already mixed that prior to filming, so we're just going to go ahead with that. Now what we do is heat that up. So just you bring that to the boil. Now when you're stirring sugar and water, making a toffee of any sort, if you've ever wondered why your toffee's failed, it's probably because you've stirred it too long. So when you're stirring a mixture of sugar and water, glucose, bit of salt. Stir it till it's dissolved and stop immediately. Take the wooden spoon away. Don't let yourself be tempted to stir it again. The minute you stir toffee again, go sugary. So when you end up with a sugary mess of toffee, 9 times out of 10 that'll be the problem. So that's it's stirred now, and I won't touch it, and I'll just let that come to the boil. And as soon as that's come to the boil, I'll show you what we do. So while that's doing that, we're going to put the gelatin into the Mixmaster bowl. I'm just going to give that a little whip first. Mix that up just to give it a little bit of a whip. Cook for 1 minute. And when toffee's ready, you can have a thermometer, which often a lot of people do. I think it comes to about 240 degrees. Or if you're used to cooking toffee, it just has a look about it that when it's ready, and sort of the bubbles get a bit thick. And don't let it colour though. Toffee you let it colour, but not this one. Okay, we've whipped the gelatin a little bit, so now I'm just going to pour the hot toffee mixture into the gelatin slowly, and I'm going to whip it at the same time. This recipe, I just turned off for a minute. This recipe I haven't tried before. However, it says what to do. The other recipes that I've used with marshmallow is you let the water and the sugar cool before you put it in, but this one you do it while it's hot, so we'll see how it goes. Now this has to whip for around 8 to 10 minutes. It's starting to thicken up, but at this stage I'm just going to add a little, I've just had a little taste of it, and I think it needs a little whisker of vanilla in that. And also now, if you want to sprinkle coconut on top of the little rabbit when it comes out, you can just use plain coconut without toasting it, or you can toast a little bit of coconut. So I'm going to toast a little bit of coconut while this is whipping, and I'll just show you how to do it. Just be very careful when you're doing coconut or anything like this. You don't need to add anything to the pan, but you do have to watch the heat, because once it starts grabbing, it will turn very toasty very quickly. So just keep moving it around the pan. There's enough oil in shredded coconut to not stick to the pan, because the oil will melt. Now look at that, beautiful. I'm just going to have a little taste. It's always good to taste your food as you go along, not too many calories. I think that's good. So that's been going for about 8 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, I toasted some coconut. As soon as it starts, see how brown that's got, I took it off, perhaps a little bit too late. This is light and fluffy. You whip it for 8 to 10 minutes. You really can't do much damage with marshmallow, and if you do, you're only wasting, you know, a couple of cups of sugar. It's not really anything to worry about at all. But this is going to set fairly quickly, so it needs to go into the moulds now as fast as I can get them. it'll be a nice gooey consistency. And you know, if you've got children that want to cook something simple in the kitchen, marshmallow's a good one, but please, they need adult supervision at all times because they're playing with toffee, and toffee is really nasty. If you just get a little burn on your finger, you'll know it. Okay, now I oiled the moulds whilst I was waiting too, so just a little bit of oil, give it a good going over with oil, especially down in the ears area, because you want that to come out nice and sharp, hopefully, and the little ones too. So just give them a good oil. I use oil over butter because it's, I don't know why, I just do. Okay, so here we go. Now to fill the mould. Just dribble it in. See how that's setting quickly, so you have to work fast. Doesn't it look amazing? You'd swear it was all egg whites, and it's not. It's just sugar and water, gelatin, a bit of corn syrup. And you don't have to use the corn syrup. There are plenty of recipes around that don't require corn syrup. So if you haven't got any, don't think, oh, I can't make marshmallow. You can. There's plenty of recipes. So they're going to go into the fridge now for, oh, not very long at all. This is really, really setting quickly. Okay, so I've got some marshmallow left over, so I'm just going to oil some moulds and just pop the marshmallow in that. And that'll be nice little sort of mushrooms or something that go around the bunny. See how fast that's setting? Now to flatten these, there's no way that I can flatten them with a spatula or a spoon or anything. It's just not going to work. A little bit of oil. Just run it over the Glad wrap. I like to use pure oils, not oils that are manufactured with all sorts of other things in them. And then just pop that over your marshmallows like that and flatten them down, because you can do that with your fingers then. And that will give them a flat bottom when they come out. Alright, we're back. Now we're going to try and take the little bunny out of the mould. We'll just see how it goes. So what I'm going to do is just sprinkle some of this coconut on a platter and put my glasses on because I need to see everything and have a go. This will be a really good test. Should come out. There we are. Look at that, little cottontail. How sweet's that? Just put some coconut over his little body. Isn't that cute? Now, to define that little bunny, we can use some of this, some gel. I've never used this before. This is where my artistic ability may shine or not. These little ears. Do they have little pink ears? Oh, big dog. How cute's that? A little bit overdone, but little black dog in his blue eyes. Okay, so here's a little plate. Now if you had a different recipe, you could just make more marshmallow. This one sets really, really quickly, but other marshmallow recipes don't quite set so fast, and you could just take it out, fill it again. So we'll just put the cloche on top, and there you have a little Easter rabbit. Okay, we're going to try this again. We'll just dry the knife, because if it's wet you'll lose your rabbit. So we just go around the sides again. There we are. How's that? Cute as cute. Just fill in his little ears a little bit. This one's got defined eyes, so we can just do a little bit of... We could call him Peter, or not, and then just sprinkle him with coconut. If you want, you don't have to, you can leave him without coconut. They don't have to have coconut. Or you could do hundreds and thousands if you like, if the children are doing them. Anything really. Now this one I've put on a bigger platter. So another cloche. And lift him up. There you go, Peter. He'll like to nibble on those flowers, I think. And off we go. We can put a little bit of coconut on that. They look kind of cute. Look like a little mushroom. And I picked some tiny little azaleas out of my garden earlier. They're kind of cute. They're just little tiny ones. You can just put those on the centre if you want. So the little mouthfuls people can eat. And there you have it, Easter done. Fairly inexpensively. A lot can be made with a couple of cups of sugar and a few ingredients. Don't have to have expensive things. Kids can have fun doing them, helping you with them. And happy Easter, and thanks everybody for watching. You can just leave these on the plate now for a few days, it's fine. The marshmallow gets a little bit rubbery, but that's fine too, because it's nice and chewy then, and it stays. In fact, it'll stay for days and days and days under a cloche like this if you've got one, or an airtight tin. But they kind of look cute now to pop them out on the Easter table or on the sideboard, just to have something a little bit festive. Later on, I'm going to do some Easter tables, and so you can see what we can do with the bunnies on an Easter table.